Hi, I'm Tara Lucke. I had posted on my social media a little while ago about just my journey from going from a law firm owner to a director and then ultimately now to being a freelancer, and how I had sort of been exploring being a lawyer and finding health and work-life balance. And I got quite a few questions from some law graduates about any tips that I would have for law graduates today. So I thought I'd do a little video. This is just sharing my experience as being a lawyer. I think the main thing I want everyone to take away is that there are so many different expressions of how to be a lawyer, and this is really just my experience, and that has been from working in a top tier firm to starting my own firm and in a small boutique practice, and now to being a freelancer. And look, I have to admit, it is a really different landscape now being a graduate than when I started, which was about 10 years ago from when I'm recording this video. My number one tip is to add value wherever you can and work smarter, not harder. So I actually wrote down some things so I wouldn't trail off. So make sure that you are adding value at every interaction and point, and that will ensure your success and that you are a valuable member of the organization that you're part of. Okay, so a lot of the time you need to think smarter, not harder. There's a lot of competition that you're up against in terms of automation, offshoring, so lawyers in the Philippines, and my personal view about offshoring and outsourcing is that automation will replace those roles anyway. If it can be delegated to someone overseas, it can be replaced by a computer. So work on the skills that cannot be automated or offshored. So things like learning how to build trust and relationships. So there will always be a role for lawyers because people need to have trust in the advice and the process that they're going on. So work on your skills in your rapport, your interpersonal skills, where you can build trust, where you can build relationship, strategic thinking. So yes, we can automate a documentation or write a program, but we still need people to understand the law and think strategically to build those programs or to deal with situations where an off-the-shelf online automated program won't work. And you need to know your industry that you're in as well. So if you can, as a junior lawyer, bring great interpersonal skills, know the industry, strategic thinking, then that is going to ensure that you're adding value. So back in my day when I started, it was all about just processing documents, all of that stuff that's now been replaced by technology. So think about the skills that you need to bring. And my main takeout, which some people get and some people don't, they do not usually teach this in law school, is it's all about the bottom line. Okay? Yes, there's serving our clients and the pursuit of justice and all those sort of noble things that come with being a lawyer. But at the end of the day, most private practices are running a business, and it's all about making money. And so if you can make sure that you are contributing to the bottom line, increasing fees, being profitable, then you're going to have a place in that organization. So as an example, if you get asked to do a research task and the client has a budget, there's no point in you spending so much time exceeding that budget to find their answer. You haven't served the client if it's going to cost more, they can't actually afford the outcome. So it's all about understanding the revenue and the economics of your role in the organization. The other thing that I just want to mention is that there are so many different expressions of how to be a lawyer. There's private practice, there's in-house, there's education. Don't feel like you failed if you try one and it's not for you. These skills can be transferred in so many different places. So my main regret is staying in roles that were not serving me, that were making me unhealthy, weren't bringing me joy for too long because I was fearful of not having enough opportunities. So look, you do have to do the hard work. As a junior, you will have work that you don't necessarily love doing. You will have to suck it up, okay? Make sure you learn as much as you can from those roles, and do the hard work to get there. But there will become a point where you've learned everything you can from that experience, where you've made all the connections that you can from it. And if it isn't serving you and bringing you joy, don't stay in that role. Look for other expressions and back yourself. So in terms of my main tip, when you're approaching work as a graduate, connect, network, make as many connections as you can, get as much experience as you can, absorb as much knowledge, and make sure that at every stage you're thinking about it strategically. You've got your financial hat on as well, so that you're adding value. And if you're adding value, then there'll always be a role for you. Thanks very much for listening. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to share my tips. If there's other topics you want me to cover, let me know as well. But I just hope that helps you in your journey in the law.